Community Viewpoint.
And welcome to another edition of Community Viewpoint. What's it say in the bottom there? John Pawlak, your host. That never changes, folks, for the last 15 years, but I'm happy to be here. Hopefully you're happy to see my face once again. We're going to be doing a show about health, wellness, prevention. What do you want to call it? We're talking about a program dealing with diabetes. Mm-hmm. And we have with us today Christina Floyd, who is, what is your title?
I am a Prevention and Wellness Coordinator at the Nye Communities Coalition.
And I have a fond place for that in my heart because I spent a few years over there. And the coalition has a lot of different programs for health and wellness, basically, and diabetes prevention is one of them. And Christina, you've been doing this for a couple of 3 years?
Yep, I got trained in 2015, and
okay.
So yep, I've been working with LeeAnn and a few other people to do the classes.
Okay, so do you want to tell us a little bit about the classes what they're forming now?
Actually, I'll let LeeAnn talk about those.
And LeeAnn, your title is?
A community health worker.
Okay.
And we have a no-cost 6-week workshop starting on October 11th this year. It's on diabetes. It's for people with diabetes. It's for people in care of diabetes people and also people who might be pre-diabetic. In the workshop, you learn how to deal with fatigue and pain, hyperglycemia and hypoglycemia, and the stress that comes with the disease and difficult emotions that people experience. You learn about exercise for maintaining and improving strength. You learn to eat healthier, and you learn how to plan your meals, and with low-fat meals and reading the nutrition labels. So we go through a bunch of things in the. We give you a book, Living a Healthy Life with Chronic Conditions. Mm-hmm. This is a big, thick book.
Yeah,
it's a very nice book. That's it actually has many different chronic conditions in it, not just diabetes. And we have you go through homework with it. And it helps us to deliver the program. It's been written by Stanford University. Okay. And people who take the program talk to their doctor better and see their doctor less often. And it's an evidence-based program.
Yes.
So you get local folks here from Pahrump. How many times have you done the classes?
Oh, geez. We do 4 or 5 a year since 2015.
Yeah, so probably about 12 or so maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
what
cohorts.
is the clientele that usually comes there? Probably my age, probably in their 60s?
No, actually we get a good round sample of the population.
I think 30s to end up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I think it's a stressful thing to get a diagnosis of diabetes, and it's nice to have some information out there.
Well, I know. So. I went with my provider from the veterans. I crossed over into that 2 visits ago. In my last visit, I crossed out of it, so I got,
excellent!
I got myself a high five.
Excellent.
So
I have had two people come to the workshop and come out of diabetes within like 3-4 months. So it's doable. It's not doable for everybody, but it's doable. And if you got to concentrate really hard and apply yourself really, really well.
So what is some of the things that you teach people to move back from the diabetes? So what's the easiest thing to do?
Throw away your sugar. Well, I don't know if it's easy, but
meal planning.
Meal planning,
is a huge one.
Yeah.
Yeah, knowing how to plan a meal that's within the guidelines and using the type of food and items that you like. That's so they don't just say, "Oh, you have to eat this certain type of food."
So you're miserable all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we talk about meal planning.
so that you can have a variety of foods.
Yeah.
Right, and it could still look appealing.
Looks
and-
appealing, and I think the biggest thing to learn is portion size.
Portion, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, wait, I hear that at home all the
Yeah.
portion control, yes.
Well, and it's when we do our label reading exercises, people are surprised in packages of food and drink where it's 2 or 3 servings, and they were like, "Oh, I thought, you know, when I get that drink that it's okay to just drink the whole thing," and we're like, "No, you're only supposed to have half or 1/3 even of it."
Okay.
So you count it as 3 instead of 1.
Yeah, for
Right.
the sugar and.
And do you teach people how to read the labels on the boxes for helpings and?
Yep, absolutely.
Yes. Because that's very deceiving. Because you look at the box a lot of times, and they give you the figures for just 1 serving, although there's like 3 or 4 in
In
there.
that
Yep.
container, yeah.
And you have to
you make-
remember,
yeah.
on the side it says how many
Yes.
servings are in the box. You have to remember to multiply that, or take it out and put it in a bowl separately, so that you're not looking at the whole box. Because if you're sitting there watching TV, it's real easy to do the whole box, at least for me.
So what about something like diet soda? Is that good or bad for a diabetic?
We have people work closely with their doctors,
Yeah.
so we're not going to tell you things are good or bad.
Okay.
We're going to have you work closely with your doctor to, so you can have a roundabout, because some people are more severe than others.
Okay.
Everybody's individual, and we try and keep everybody's individual traits in mind if we're going to give any advice at all.
Okay.
And a lot of times, someone that has diabetes may have other conditions too, and so we don't know.
Oh, true.
And so, yeah, something like that. So we just teach them how to read the containers and how to plan, and then it's up to them to.
Yeah, we have. It's a very good workshop with lots of. For 6 weeks, you come for 2.5 hours, and so you get a very well-rounded education, and it's nice because the stress management is something too. We teach a lot on the communication factor, because people who have diabetes sometimes get short with their loved ones, and it helps to ease relationships around a very difficult disease.
It's
Yeah.
very interesting, yes. So this is happening where, so we don't forget where it's happening. It's happening at the Nye Communities Coalition.
Yes.
And you usually have the same spot, one of the classrooms.
Scheduled for room 32 right now.
Okay. And that's at, what's the address, folks?
1020 East Wilson.
And that's the old man's school. It's harder because it's getting older. Not too many people remember
the
that.
new people, or we say behind Walmart.
Behind Walmart,
Yeah.
there you go. And a good phone number to apply for that also is 775-727-9970, and they're going to ask for anybody in particular?
Probably LeeAnn or Christine.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and that's coming up, you said October what?
It's October 11th, and it'll run until November 15th. And then it's going to be 6:15 p.m. to 8:45 p.m.
So it's a night
Oh,
class.
that's a night class? Okay.
So people that work during the day can attend.
Excellent. So,
Yeah.
okay, so any more on that subject before we go to something else? Or,
We just hope that if you're thinking about it or interested in it, we have to have a minimum number to
Yes.
make the classes
Viable.
If we get under 8 people, we usually have to cancel the class. So
Yeah, there's a lot of participation, and
Yeah.
actually the curriculum relies on the participation of the participants, so they require us to have 8.
okay.
minimum 8 to and it's no cost, and
Yeah, it's free.
usually
Okay.
people have a good time. You meet other people that are dealing with some of the same things that you are, and so get support.
So, I'm sorry, I keep thinking, I have a advisory group that we meet once a month, and to get to people to come over there, I entice them with free pizza, so that would be good for
No.
a class like this. So, you don't entice them with anything like
We
that?
don't entice. I don't know. if you're going to do, if this is Christina's class, so if she, I don't know if she's going to do anything at 6:15 at night, but we generally do not entice with food.
We give them water.
Water.
Yeah.
Yes. You can't go wrong with water.
Can't go wrong with water.
All right, so that's a no-cost 6-week workshop series in October 11th, 18th, 25th, November 1st, 8th, and the 15th,
Yeah.
6:15 to 8:45. Okay, and then we're going to talk about something else. Also, another lovely lady couldn't make it today.
Yep.
That's Tamlin Taylor,
Yes.
who you see walking in the mornings and on Thursdays over at Discovery Park.
Mm-hmm.
And she was going to promote, or that's what you're going to do now.
Yeah, she does. It's a new. They do the walks. They've been doing those every Thursday morning for a while, but she started something new. I think just last month. It's called Walk with a Doc, and it's same day and same time, Thursdays at 8 a.m. The first. Well, actually, this will be the second one. Is Thursday, October 4th. I went to the last one and. Justin Kernett from Pahrump Wellness came. He's has a lot of medical background. I believe he's a pharmacist
Okay.
background. I don't know the proper wording, but he walked with us and some good information. It's a good opportunity to talk with them. And so this, in October, the next one coming up is going to be Dr. Glenn. He's a chiropractor. It says here he's got over 30 years of community service. So it's just a good time to get outside. The weather's really nice right now, and I love Discovery Park.
Yes, well, I happen to work there, and this time of the year, well, we start at 7 o'clock in the morning. There's a lot of people out walking that time in the morning because it's just utterly beautiful, especially the area that's it's encompassed right off of Pahrump Valley Boulevard. It's on our northeast corner there. There's parking over there, and you can enter over there, and it's just a birder's paradise over there. The Audubon Society has invested a lot of money with grants in that area there. The Twin Ponds there. There's birds. You have to duck. There's so many birds over there. No, that's not that bad.
Well, those geese can come after you sometimes.
Yes. But we're just about out of time. But that's the Walk with the Doc. And was there anything else?
One more that it has to do with birding. The Red Rock Audubon Society is doing a class on Saturday, September 29th from 1 to 2 at the Pahrump Valley Museum. And they're going to teach people how to use a birding app on their smartphone.
Okay, great. And remember, October 5th through the 7th is the RAM, Remote Area Medical, happening at the Nye Communities Coalition once again. You'll see these around town. Thank you very much, and thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
And we'll see you next week.
Community Viewpoint.